Wakapanya Hawa, Wakapanya Hawa Shai, Wakapanya Hawa, Wakapanya Hawa Shai, Wakapanya Hawa, Wakapanya Hawa Shai, Wakapanya Hawa, Wakapanya Hawa Bashem Yahawa Shai. Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises and glories unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahawa Shai, Yahweh, which is the name of the Most High, and Yahawa Shai, which is the name of the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And I just want to do a little video about a conversation I was, may I say, overseeing in the comment board the other day. And this is going to be about the, these aliens, these false, fallen angels, and all of that. So basically, I left a comment on a video, and I said that that the UFOs are the chariots of the gods, right? The UFOs are the chariots of the Most High in the Bible. Okay, the Bible clearly refers to something that's called the chariots of the Most High. Okay, in multiple different places in the scriptures. I'll give an example. Isaiah the 66th chapter, 15th verse, it says, "For the Lord will come with his chariots." So the question is, what are those chariots? Alright, so when you say that they're the UFOs, guys look at you, like you got 9 eyes. You know what I'm saying? But, we've done lessons going into that in the past, right? That indeed, these UFOs are actually the chariots of the Most High. But you see, what they've done, what the church has done, what the government has done, is they've taught you to think it. Those are little green men coming from Mars. Or if you're a Christian, they taught you to think it. That's, Satan and the demons in there coming to deceive everybody. And I know guys out there, man, who believe in this deception about, when you see those, alien ships, don't believe it, because that's the false alien messiah, right? That's Satan. That's coming to deceive the whole world. That's not true. That's clearly off. They want you to think that, okay? Because that's actually the Christ and his angels, right? Those UFOs. Okay, and that's the whole deception, right? You guys that think you are in the know, you're actually not in the know. Right, and I don't mean to, act like I know something, but a lot of these cats out there who think that they're in the know, they don't know a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to, deal with a couple of these topics, man. Definitely first the fallen angel, doctrine. Okay, and don't get me wrong, I used to believe in this doctrine. I was brought up with this belief, right? That they teach that angels fell out of heaven, when they came down to earth and, made love with, humans, and the offspring from them came the Nephilim, right, which is what the giants, that we know of today. Well, I mean, you have to dig a little deeper to find that information, but you're not taught that in school, right? But there were people who lived in the past who were, 15, 20 feet tall, and it's true, right? Now, what was wrong with that? Were those actually angels who came down to sleep with human beings to give offsprings that grow up to be 15, 20 feet tall? The answer is no. They were just people who grew to that size back in time. Okay, just like another example. In the Promised Land, there was, to carry a cluster of grapes, you would need, 2 fit men to be able to carry a handful of grapes, compared to today, which you can carry a whole bundle of grapes with just 2 fingers. Okay, so that shows you that over time, things got smaller, right? So people were bigger back then, some people. Okay, so yes, there were giants back then. There were people of a enormous size, and there's stories of that all over the world. Okay, but they did not have anything to do with angels coming down to earth and making love with women. That's not true. That's false. The sons of God, which I'm going to prove today, are actually the Israelites. Okay, because the Bible says that you can be a son of God. Okay, so I'm going to prove that. We're going to go deep into the information and prove it. But I want to first go to 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 4. It says, "For Yahweh spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell, and delivered them into chains of darkness to be reserved unto judgment." Right, now, what is that talking about? Because guys bring that up. These guys are talking about over somewhere in, Antarctica, underground, there's, a whole bunch of, angels being hidden down there, right? They're all chained up. That's not what it's talking about. The angels that were cast into hell, right, into darkness and chains, are referring to the Israelites. Okay, we're in bondage even today. Okay, we're in a financial destitute, for lack of better words, to our enemies. Okay, we're sold unto them and we're servants unto them. Primarily here in Babylon the Great, America, but really we're all throughout the world today. That's a whole different video in ending of itself, but that's not what it's talking about. Angels being cast down into physical chains. First of all, hell is the earth in certain understandings in the scriptures. And excuse my stutter. In the Bible, hell has a couple different meanings. One can mean the earth, two can mean the grave, or three can mean a condition of suffering. Okay, but it's not referring to a place where you go and you can be physically chained. That's not what it's talking about. Hell is the earth. Okay, and we are physically chained down here on the earth because you can't get past the Van Allen belt. You also cannot dig down past the you can't get past 9 miles down. Right, the farthest that anybody has ever digged was about 8 miles. You can look into that for yourself to prove the authenticity of my statement. Okay, the furthest mankind can go is 9 miles, and NASA has admitted that they cannot pass the Van Allen belt. And that also proves that we didn't go to the moon, but that's a whole nother video ending of itself. Anyway, with enough rambling on, I will get into the topic. Let's go to Genesis chapter 6. And let's read what they quote when they bring up this fallen angel doctrine. Bear with me a moment. All right, Genesis chapter 6. Let's start at verse 1. It says, "And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and that they would take wives of them which they chose." Right. Now, what is the understanding of that? Okay, the sons of God, which I'm going to prove, the sons of God are the children of Israel. Okay, so the sons of God saw daughters of men, right? Because there's 3 classifications of men in the Bible. You have the sons of God, the sons of men, and the sons of the wicked. Okay, the sons of God are the Israelites, the sons of men are the other heathen nations, and the sons of the wicked are the Edomites. Okay, so-called Caucasians. And no, by the way, just because you're white, that does not mean you are an Edomite, just to throw that out there. And that's a whole nother video in and of itself, but that has to be made mention of. You are going to have Israelites who look like they're white. Okay, but this video is not about that. But to clarify, right, the sons of God, the Israelites, saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them to be their wives, right? So Israelite men slept with the daughters of other nations. Okay, so they bore children unto them. This doesn't have anything to do with angels. Okay, this does not have anything to do with angels coming down to the earth and laying with human beings. This is not what it's talking about here. Okay, and I challenge anybody to show me in the scriptures where angels can come down and have sexual intercourse with human beings. Okay, nobody can show me that in the text. And don't even bring up the virgin birth thing. That's not what it's talking about. But I digress. Now, to prove who the sons of God are, we're going to get right into it. Let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 82. All right, this is Psalms chapter 82 and verse 6. It says, "I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. But ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princesses." Let's read that again. Psalms chapter 82 and verse 6. "I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. Right. So that clearly proves the point that men are the sons of God, the children of God. Right. So when we read about the sons of God coming to the daughters of men, that means the Israelites, they came to the daughters of the other heathen nations and took them to be their wives. That's what it's talking about. It has nothing to do with angels falling from the sky and laying with human beings. That's not what it's talking about. Okay? As far as the Nephilim, they weren't offsprings of angels. Okay, that's not what it was. Okay, Nephilim were just, a giant race of people. Okay, now someone's going to ask, where did they come from? Well, how would I answer that? Well, you see, just like, say for an example, Goliath, if my memory serves me correct, he was 10 feet tall, right? So throughout history, you had men who could grow to a great stature, right? There's many examples throughout history of men who have easily grown to be 10 feet tall. So it's just something that, just happens, right? So back then there were races of big people, okay? But you also, today, you have certain people who can grow to be 8.5 feet tall. And I've seen somebody like that, I kid you not. So one time, man, I was on a plane and you had this one guy in there, man, who was, I kid you not, he was 7.5 feet tall, right? And because they measured him. Okay, 7.5 feet tall. That guy's a giant, man. But I'm 6 foot myself, but that guy's literally 1.5 feet taller than me. Right? You have something called gigantism. Look that up. Basically, it's an effect in the brain that tells the body to continue to grow past the point when it's supposed to, stunt the growth. Okay, for lack of better words. And you can look into that yourself. But that answers the question there. Let's go to the book of Romans. Bear with me a moment. Let's go to the book of Romans, chapter 8. And let's see. We'll start at this is the book of Romans, chapter 8, and we'll start at verse 14. It says, "For as many as are led by the Spirit of God, they are the sons of God. For ye have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, but ye have received the spirit of adoption, whereby we cry, Abba, Father. The Spirit itself bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh. And if children, then heirs with Yahushai, and joint heirs with," or let me rephrase myself, "and if children, then heirs of Yahweh, and joint heirs with Yahushai, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may also be glorified together. For I reckon that the suffering of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory that will be revealed in us." Right, but the point of the matter is going back up. Let's read verse 14. It says, "For as many as are led by the Spirit of Yahweh, they are the sons of God." Right, so we're seeing multiple different verses that are saying that men are the sons of God. Okay, so I am very intrigued in seeing how one who subscribes to the doctrine of the fallen angels coming down and laying with men, or I should say with women, or with mankind, okay? I'm very intrigued in seeing how one could answer these questions here. Is why are men being referred to as the sons of the Most High? Let me see. Let's go to Revelation chapter 21. Oh, this is a good one here. This is a good one. Revelation chapter 21 and verse 7. It says, "And he," let me see real quick. Yeah, verse 7 says, "He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his God, and he shall be my son." I think it's case closed on that right there. Okay, it says what? "To him that overcomes will gain power over the nations." Oh, and that's, what is that? That's Revelation, the 2nd chapter, right? He'll gain power over the nations. Okay, and that's what we're seeing right here, right? "To him that overcomes, I will be his God, and he will be my son." Right, it's very simple. In fact, I believe there is another reference. Let me just pull it up real quick. Okay, yeah, there we go. Revelation chapter 3 and verse 12. Let's read this. It says, Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my God, and he will go out no more, and I will write upon him the name of my God, and the name of the city of my God, which is New Jerusalem, which cometh down out of heaven from my God, and I will write upon him my new name. Right. So what we're reading is about men being the sons of the Most High. So my question that I would have to most certainly ask is, why can we read about men being the sons of God? I'm very, may I say, intrigued and seeing how, one could answer these questions. Okay, how are men becoming the sons of the Most High? If this is talking about angels, you know what I'm saying? These guys really can't answer these questions here. So, pretty much that's going to be the lesson there. I just wanted to, give a couple, may I say, faults, on this doctrine about the fallen angels. Okay, but for the record, the fallen angel doctrine is false. Okay, there were no fallen angels in the scriptures, and I challenge anybody to show me a text that says there was. And don't even pull up, what is that? Isaiah the 14th chapter, because that already happened. Or, that has not already happened. That has not happened yet. Okay, and that's talking about the king of Babylon. That's not talking about Lucifer, Satan actually falling from the sky. That's not what it's talking about, if you read the context of the chapter. But anyway, that's going to be the video there. I hope that was edifying. I'm going to end off by giving all praise to Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, and I'm going to say shalom.